So whenever you now have a book, what's the process whenever you want to go out there and tell people about it? How do you kind of get the word out?
Dude, celebrity, celebrity, celebrity. Say what you will, but dude, people just care. So I've had PR agencies. I've hired some of the biggest PR agencies in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And quick story. So back at Quest, we were the second fastest growing company in North America. We grew by 57,000%. It's an unimaginable amount of growth. That was in
Wow.
3 years. In manufacturing, it's not even like software. Like the scale of what we did was so bananas. And I go pitch Fast Company to do a story on us with being repped by the biggest PR agency in the world. And the senior editor at Fast Company looks at me and says, I don't see the angle. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? We're the second fastest growing company in North America. You're a fast company. You cover companies that grow fast. Like, I don't understand. And so at that moment, I realized there's something fundamental that I do not understand about PR. And so it just became clear to me over time that what really gets PR is celebrity. And people care about celebrities. And so people write about celebrities. And so I knew that book number one was going to have to be celebrity driven. So getting Steve on board, and he really is an amazing collaborator, but he's an even more amazing publicizer, I guess that's the right word. Like, he just goes out and pushes, man. It's crazy. So
Wow.
yeah, a ton of people came, interviewed him, interviewed me. But it all starts with, oh my gosh, like Steve Aoki's doing a comic book, and people walk by and they see the huge piece of art that we have, and they're like, oh, that looks like Steve Aoki. And it starts a conversation. It draws people in. And my thing is, any business you can't build by giving the product away, you don't have a real business. Your product has to be that good. So my thing is, we're just giving it away. If you see us at a trade show, we are giving you the full book. Like, it is not an ash can. It is not a sampler. It is the full book, because I really believe it. I believe that it's a good product. I believe that when you read it, you're going to be drawn into the story. When you see it, you're going to think the art is absolute A+, Marvel DC levels, no question. And because we believe in it, like, we're just trying to get it in people's hands. We want people to read it. So, but getting the word out was all about having that megaphone that comes attached to a celebrity. Steve has over 20 million people in his social ecosystem. So just putting out a blast there. Like, if he says, meet me at the corner of whatever and whatever, like 100 people will just roll up. It's crazy.
Wow.
So yeah, the amount of attention that he got for the book was bananas. And then we had to do the heavy lifting of it actually has to be good.
Yeah, that's super important. I mean, it's important to have both and be able to market it well, and be important to be great, because if you market something that's a terrible product, people are going to see it and go, oh, well, that wasn't that interesting. But once you have somebody who's like, okay, we're in, then people get it and they're like, okay, we're coming back for the second issue and for the third issue.
Yeah.
In comic books, a lot of times people get the first issue and then they don't continue on.
Yeah.
And so it's super important to grab them in and keep them there. And so that's something that a lot of, even Marvel, DC have a attrition rate of like 40%. And so it's really interesting to see, like, okay, how do we get them out there? So it's important to have that celebrity kind of continue to be like, even the second issue is even more important than the first, and this is why, and this is something that's going to change the world. And it's interesting. I think it's super valuable to have a celebrity on board. And do you feel like it's done like crazy things for the brand already starting out?
For sure, no question. We didn't exist, and so to have the kind of coming out party that we had at New York, to have the kind of heat that we had around the book, to have the kind of coverage that we had on the book, it just really, really was extraordinary. And he's a great collaborator, and he's creative, and he's become the person that he's become for a reason. And like the instincts to not, be the lead character, and to not name the character after him, to not have the character resemble his life, like it was just all really creatively smart. And so he's been great. And then look, he helped set everything up. He helped create the shell, the world, the characters, all that. And then he said, these are creatives that know far more than me. And so let them run. You know what I mean? And so that, yeah. If he were a bad collaborator, it might not have worked out the way that it did. But because he's an amazing collaborator, and he's relentless, dude. So like, this guy is going to do signings along his tour dates at comic shops. Like, you just don't see that kind of support.
Wow.
So
that's mind-blowing.
Yeah,
I mean, that's so cool. People would come out just to meet Steve Aoki, not to mention pick up the comic book.
Right.
So that just creates a whole new level of buzz for it whenever it's like a celebrity signing as opposed to like a comic book signing.
Right.
So it's really interesting.
Yeah, it'll be cool to see if it pops. Look, at the end of the day, we have to tell a great story. I think we've done that. We took it very seriously.
You have. I
from
mean, I can tell
thank
you
man.
as a fan. So you've done a great job, and it's really told a compelling story. And I think I'm excited to see the first 6 issues all the way through. So
Yeah, man. Us too.